money grows. Now, you may be familiar with the first two ways, which we were taught as a young person, but you may not be familiar with the third way. And that's why we're here today, to give you a little more clarity and to help you become a little more educated so that you can make a better decision at the end of this video. Guys, let's get into the first one. The first strategy is called the fixed strategy. Now, these types of strategies are your bank accounts, your checking, your savings, your money market accounts, and bonds. Guys, it has an average interest rate of about 0.2 to 0.6%. These are no growth accounts. Your money basically just sits there. And if you know anything about inflation, inflation right now, as the recording of this video, is around 7 or 8%. And when inflation is high, but you're not earning enough, you're actually losing purchasing power in these types of accounts. If you know anything about the rule of 72, the rule of 72 Einstein came up with, and he said, if you take 72 and divide it by your interest rate, that's how long it's going to take for your money to double. Well, let's just take a 1% interest. If you take 72 divided by 1, it's still going to take 72 years for your money to double. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not planning on bringing back biblical times anytime soon. I probably won't be around in 72 years. So we have to look for another way to grow our money. Inflation is hitting us hard right now. We like these accounts because obviously they're liquid. You can access that money at the bank account, the teller, the ATM machine. They're safe, FDIC insured. But we don't like these accounts because, guys, there's little to no growth. And we're losing purchasing power by the day. Let's go ahead and look at the second way that money grows. This is called the variable strategy, or the variable category. A variable category is your qualified plans, your 401ks, 403b, TSPs, IRAs, Roths, all those things that are traditional retirement plans where we put our money into it, hoping and praying that it's going to go up. But at the end of the day, it can go up, but it can also go down. And that's why it's called a variable product. And these types of accounts are also real estate and cryptocurrency. Now, we like these accounts because of the speculative growth, the potential growth, right? You're hoping, you're praying, you're crossing your fingers that the value of your home is going to go up. But what we're seeing now and what we're going to see over the next 12 to 24 months is the value of these homes are already starting to drop. The value in the stock market is already starting to crumble. Some of our clients have lost 30 to 40% of their retirement plans. So what we don't like about these types of accounts is there's risk of loss. There's no access to your 59.5 in most cases in your traditional retirement plans. Even if you have money wrapped up in the equity of your home, you still have to wait sometimes 30 days to access your money. And at the end of the day, there's unknown tax consequences later on. These are not tax-free type of accounts. And the next strategy we have is called the index strategy. Now, the index strategy is not new by any means. The 5% of the wealthy have been using these types of strategies for decades. And it's unfortunate enough that middle-class America has just been learning about these types of strategies, and it's still a brand new concept to us. The banks have been using these strategies for many, many years as well. As a matter of fact, our main banks out there like Chase and Wells Fargo and Bank of America and you name it have been using these types of strategies to place their top tier assets. Now, while the banks are earning 7 to 10% interest, they're shaving off and giving us the crumbs, 0.02 to 0.06%. Now, if you ask me if that's fair or not, I'd say definitely not. These types of accounts are called uninterrupted compound interest accounts. They're liquid, which means you can access the cash value inside these types of accounts at any time. They're safe, secure. They're just as safe as putting money inside your bank account, and there's a decent rate of return. Now, guys, if I were to tell you these types of accounts are a properly structured permanent life insurance policy, would you believe me? Probably wouldn't, because all that you know about life insurance is it's used for death benefits. But I'm here to tell you today that life insurance, it's used for life and living benefits. These policies are called the Swiss Army knives of permanent life insurance policies. There's a 0% floor inside these policies, which means you're never, ever, ever at risk of losing your hard-earned dollars. Now, you can't say that about a 401k, a Roth IRA. You can't say that about real estate. And you definitely can't say that about the stock market or cryptocurrency. But yes, you can say that about a properly structured permanent index universal life insurance policy. And best of all, there's tax benefits inside these types of policies. Based on several IRS tax codes, these types of policies allow you to grow your money tax-free, which means when you go to use it later on, you're never going to be taxed on that money that you're using. There's lots of tax advantages in these types of policies. Now, if I give you an opportunity today and you had $100,000 and you said, I want to place this money in something, but I don't want to risk it being lost to market volatility. If you had the option to choose between fixed, variable, or indexed, where would you feel the most comfortable placing that money? Now, after this video, guys, I encourage you, based on the education that you've learned and based on the clarity that you've obtained, go ahead and click the button below and schedule your free strategy session to speak to one of our retirement specialists.